That's what we're moving towards, I think.
Are they actually dating, or are they just?
No, they're married. They just got married.
Never get married in Las Vegas.
We're on a yeah.
Where'd y'all get married? Really in Vegas?
Show her the ring.
We're legitimately married.
Look at the ring. Look at the ring. Be careful.
No one ever believes them.
And I'm 200 pounds.
This is a legit ring.
Yes, I know.
You think it's somehow married to someone else?
I don't think you're married. Really?
You don't think that we're...
No, you're not. You're too... No.
I'm too what?
No, I'm not even going there. I'm not even going
Do
there.
you think I'm too old?
No!
Why would you say that?
Well, I want to know what I'm too of to be married.
You're too happy to be married.
Aww. I'm happy because look at my husband.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would we joke about that?
Like, look at him.
Oh,
You don't
this
think he's
world,
gorgeous?
this life.
Don't ever get married in Vegas.
No, I have a girlfriend that did that. She's been married for 31 years.
21 years?
31.
Wow. It's a long marriage.
Give it a month. I'm not gambling on that.
How big is your organization? I know, I've heard of is it called Make-A-Wish?
Mm-mm, we're not Make-A-Wish. We're One Simple Wish. Similar. But we focus on foster children. It's actually me and Danielle. We're part-time there. And then we have a bunch of volunteers and interns. But we're fairly new. We've been open for about 4 years now, based out of New Jersey. And then we've granted about 3,000 wishes so far.
Who pays all the expenses?
We raised money for it. We got a lot of donors. Volkswagen sponsored us. We have a lot of good connections.
So, y'all should have came down in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? What's in 2 weeks?
Well, the stars are coming back. They're starting to make...
In the sky?
In the sky. They're starting to make the movies again. Well, they're making the movies now, but they're starting to... They finished up one, they're getting ready to do another one.
Who's doing a movie?
Brad Pitt.
What?
He's got a house here.
No, where's his house?
I'm not telling you.
Do you know?
We all know.
You
We know
all
where
know.
Brad Pitt's house is. We know where Sandra Bullock's house is. We know all that is.
Well, we need to know that.
Brad Pitt, but right now they're in somewhere. But they're coming back. He's coming back in 2 weeks to start his movie. But Brad Pitt, well, nobody will do anything to Brad Pitt down here. He's been the savior. What you all do for little kids, he's done for adults. But he's done it in bigger fashion. He built houses for all those people that lost homes.
Oh. Yeah. Seems like a nice guy. Have you ever met him?
I saw him.
Yeah.
I saw him on the bridge when he was doing a movie. I said, oh, there's Brad Pitt. And Johnny Depp's always down here. A lot of movies are filmed down here.
Yeah.
It's called Hollywood South.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
No, I heard that. Hollywood South.
Who's that new little kid, Zac Efron?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't he have a movie out right now, or had a movie just came out?
He has a movie out right now.
Well, that was filmed here. 21 Jump Street was filmed here.
Oh, that was funny. That movie. What's all this traffic? Is this typical? Is it rush hour? I don't even know what time it is. I have no idea. I don't know. Close to 5 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
4:39.
So this is typical.
So y'all gonna just be here to Sunday?
Yeah, we're here till Sunday. We got in last night, yesterday.
Okay, is everybody over 21?
No, actually,
Our whole crew is.
Okay, there's places all over the place that are going to have music tonight.
Oh.
It depends on who you want to see.
We heard that Frenchman Street would be a good street to go to.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay, Bourbon Street is a combination of...
We were there last night, and I think we had I had my fill of Bourbon Street. I can't speak for everyone else, but
Okay. We go to Frenchman Street or come on this side into the warehouse district and go to the clubs and the warehouses. You know, they got a whole bunch of them on this side. So then you all can do whatever. But I think there's a concert in Championship Square tomorrow night, but it's not your kind of music.
what's my kind of music?
Well, it's Kenny Ruffins.
I don't know who that is.
Kenny Ruffins is a famous jazz player down there.
Oh,
It's
I
Ken-
like jazz.
Kenny Ruffins and Trombone Shorty. They're
Oh.
all, you know,
Have you lived here your whole life?
my whole life. Except
Born
my
and
father
raised?
we traveled when I was younger because my father was military.
Okay.
But I've been born and raised. Did I stay for Katrina? Yes.
Wow.
Did you survive Katrina?
Obviously, she survived.
Huh?
You know, like your house and all that?
No, well, on the West Bank, we got damaged by the actual storm itself, and as far as the winds and tornadoes and everything, but we did not get the water. New Orleans got the water. 80% of New Orleans was underwater. Now, I'm not talking about water in the streets. I'm talking about water that's covering people's houses.
Yeah.
Now, everybody gets all kind of, interpretations of what the newscasters wanted to do or don't do. If you were standing in the street when it finally broke, the levees finally broke, you were standing in the street, depending on how far you were from point A to point B. If you were standing in the street at 9 o'clock in the morning, by 5 o'clock it was over your head. And it wasn't rolling down the street. If you're walking around New Orleans, look down. You got manhole covers. The sewer system is under the city.
Right.
New Orleans is surrounded by water, and we're way below sea level. Now, let me tell you something about Louisiana. We're not under common law. We're the only state in the union under the Napoleonic Code. Our laws are a tad bit different from the rest of the country. How so? How so? What do you mean, how so? How the law is different? Yeah. Well, where everybody else is separate church and state, honey, it's slap damn right in the courthouse over here and everything like that. And it's technical things. But a lawyer can practice here, go to school and practice here, and then go out and practice out there. But if he's out there and comes to practice here, he's got to go back to school. It's under the Napoleonic Code. We're broken down into parishes where you all are broken down into counties. And that's all stemming from who founded New Orleans first. New Orleans was founded by the Spanish, then taken over by the French. So everybody gets that all thing. And the Cajuns had nothing to do with that.
So did that main city it survive?
We are one of the oldest cities in the country. But we were, just like a couple weeks ago, they're reenacting the Battle of 1812. We were the first city. They brought all the tall ships in and the flat tops and all that up the river and all that stuff. But as far as the history is concerned, no. Now, because France, back in that day, in the 1800s or whatever, they were basically Catholic. So the religion was brought in, it was basically Catholic. And that's why it's hooked in when you hear parish. I'm in now New Orleans, but I'm in Orleans Parish. The original New Orleans is the French Quarter. That's the original New Orleans. You will not be able to hammer a nail in any board in that French Quarter without talking to 5,000 committees. There's only two things they have a deathly fear. Well, Hurricane 1 is fire, because there's no break. And all the buildings are very, very old.
Is that where all the locals go, the French Quarter?
What do you mean, locals go for what? To have fun, or?
Yeah.
No, we go all over the city. Right now, like the Jazz Fest was not in the French Quarter. Mardi Gras is not in the French Quarter.
Where do you go to have fun?
Like what you're going to do tonight. Go to Frenchman Street or go to...
We'll see you there. Frenchman Street.
Huh?
Frenchman Street.
Well, Frenchman Street is a street called... It's right behind the quarter in what we call the Marigny. and it goes diagonally, and it's all the jazz clubs, all the bars. You know, it's more. If I say an old word because I'm an old person, it's more funky. You understand what I'm saying? It's more laid back and everything. But the restaurants on Frenchman Street are the old soul food restaurants, the real, meat and potato type restaurants.
Real jambalaya.
Oh, you're real jambalaya, honey. You go to somebody's house and get real jambalaya.
Well, you're
Like my aunt's
Is that
house.
an invite or?
But like my, real gumbos. Now the gumbo shop is really, really good for jambalaya and gumbo. You gotta get cafe au lait and beignets, and the best time you do that is
What
at
and what? What were the other?
Beignet.
Beignets.
What's beignets?
those are the little donuts everybody talks about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, wait a minute. You gotta
love
get them.
donuts.
You gotta get them. But the best time to get them is at 2 o'clock in the morning when you got a good buzz on.
Oh.
I used to get those
Perfect.
at Disneyland. They have a little New Orleans section.
Yeah. No, he's
New
telling
Orleans
the
section.
Wait a minute.
No,
hold
I
it,
know.
hold it. He's telling the truth.
I know.
Because the guy that's running it is from here, and they announced it. It's called, and the beignets you get out there are the original beignets.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I knew good
He
times
knew he
about
was
you.
telling the truth.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you, Danny.
Now I'm doing something for y'all in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
I flipped because the traffic was so bad. And then I'll go up to your hotel.
I'm sorry for your customer service experience. And please DM me your contact info.
Is that Sears?
Huh?
We had a bad experience with Sears earlier today, and now they're talking to us about it. We were trying to buy a camera, and it was like this big ordeal.
Why didn't y'all go to Best Buy?
We were at the mall because we needed to meet people there, so it was convenient. We probably should have went to Best Buy, but
Do they give you a limit on how much you can spend?
yeah, we capped the wishes we were grading on tour at 200. But
Oh, these are all foster kids?
yep, or former foster kids.
There's a program down here called Independent Living. And they take the foster kids before they, what is it, opt
Age
out?
out.
Age
Age out.
out.
Yeah.
And they put them in apartments and teach them how to live on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we do with them. But they take them everywhere. You know, they teach them. We have a company, this is Hollywood. We have a company down here, organization called Independent Living. Before a child is what they call age out
Age out.
or opt out or whatever, they take the children and put them in apartments and teach them how to do independent living, how to live, get a job, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
And we have a contract with them, and we take and pick them up, and we take them wherever
Oh.
there's classes and with all that stuff.
That's a good idea.
It teaches them respect too.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have no family,
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that we've been experiencing is that there are actually a lot of the kids we've been meeting are very articulate and very well-mannered but yeah, when you don't have that sense of family, it's hard to get those values instilled in you.
well, these women that do it are awesome. Oh, they fuss at them too every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Excuse me, miss.
Are you serious? You're sending
Can you explain what that? You know that who dat? Have fun tonight. Where did that come
Who
from?
dat?
Who dat?
Yeah.
It's from the Saints, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who dat started? Wait, hold it. Okay, let me explain. Who dat started a couple years ago, way back about 10 years ago. Saints have been around 43 years, and we have been through hell and back with the Saints.
Yes.
And
Saints.
so we called them the Aints, we put the bags on their heads, we did all kind of stuff. So when they started doing really, really good, a phrase came out, who dat, who that going to be done in the States? There's Koshan right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Kashan.
Right there.